Hey there, YouTube. This little bit of advice is about shotguns. It's number 4 in a series. In the big scheme of things, this advice is not for a person with a limitless budget. This is not for a person who is anything but a beginner. And I'm going to keep to a simple concept, and that's budget. Availability of rounds. First thing, real quick, you hear about rifles and pistols, and they shoot a single projectile out. It's a fine pinpoint accuracy type deal. A shotgun, another name for a shotgun, is a scatter gun, and the concept is, it's inside it typically is an ounce, ounce and an eighth, ounce and a quarter. Just imagine a little cloud of lead shot. When you fire, it goes down the barrel, out, and spreads. What the spread is depending on the length, that's to be learned by you later. Starts out really tight, goes big. What I want to point you at is a certain caliber, and there's a reason. Now, if you are a small stature person, this will seem like a lot, and they make soft rubber slip-on butt pads to lessen the recoil of it. But like I said, this is a video for people who are they're farmsteading. They're buying their first small rifle, large caliber rifle, pistol, whatever. This is for their first shotgun. I'm going to point you at the 12 gauge. Very simply. People will say, well, it doesn't do this, doesn't do that. No weapons do all things perfectly. Everything is built for a job. This is to take out moving targets. It throws a cloud of lead. The reason why I'm saying 12 gauge, specifically 12 gauge, this is the most popular one sold in North America. 12 gauge, that's all there's to it. You can go to Walmart, you can go to a hardware store, you can go to wherever, and you can get boxes of 12 gauge shells relatively cheaply. Somewhere you'll notice they'll have different, you'll look on the side of the box, and this one on the side of the shell says 1 1/8 ounces of 8-shot. The different shots, the larger the number, the smaller the pellet. So you'll hear a 4-shot, and it'll be a little bigger than 8, or this or that. You're going to have do some research and understand it. But here's the good news. If you're someone who needs a shotgun around the yard because you've been trying to shoot the coyote on the run when he's stealing your chickens, and that one little bullet isn't doing it, you'd wish you could just hit him with a cloud of lead. Keep in mind that the cloud of lead, sometimes bigger than your target, and whatever's in back is going to take a hit too. Be very careful around your wife's car or your husband's tractor. The big and the little is this. You can buy what they're called trap loads or whatever, and they're a finer shot, and they're good for close range. It's a limited distance weapon. It's a 30, 40, 50 yard proposition, and it shoots a cloud of lead, like I said. But stick with 12 gauge. The other side, the other size calibers, 410, 20 gauge, 16 gauge, all that, they all cost more. You can shoot 12 gauge very cheaply. If you're a small stature person, get a rubber recoil pad, put it on there. Don't be afraid of the shotgun. The shotgun is a fine tool. It is actually for shooting originally birds on the wing. Pheasant takes off, you line up on the bird itself as it's leveling off in flight, and you maybe go to just a little to the left or the right to take out a wing instead of wrecking the meat, and you drop him. A bunny is on the run, you can drop him. A coyote is on the run with your chicken, you can drop him. All you have to do is, as the coyote's running across the yard, aim for their nose, lead up that little tiny bit, and they'll match up to the grain, match up to the cloud of lead. Now, that being said, you can say 12 gauge isn't for everyone. In some states, they have laws that you can't use rifles to shoot deer, and it's up to you to follow that law. Now, shotguns have a thing called a choke on the end of the rifle, or on the end of the shotgun. The cloud of lead comes out and gets choked down at the end to have a tighter pattern. If you're in a state that has a slug-only rule about hunting deer, that means 1 lead slug. A lot of times it's an ounce of lead, maybe an ounce and a quarter, ounce and an eighth, whatever. If you have a shotgun with a choke on the end of the barrel, you might be heading for disaster firing that slug. It might not choke down like you think it's supposed to. So if you're in an environment where you have those slug-only laws about deer hunting, and you plan on using that shotgun for your deer hunting, you better get with somebody who knows their business and make sure that your gun is set up to do that. For around the yard, for shot shells and on woodchucks and whatever that's hassling your yard, almost any 12 gauge is fine. Shoot trap, no problem at all. A little local advice would be a good thing about your laws. Be safe. Once again, with your shotgun, rifle, or pistol, do not stick your finger in the trigger well until you're ready to make it go boom. You'll never have regrets that way. That's all there is to it. This is Jeff from Shrike Farm channel on YouTube, shrikefarm.com. Please come back and visit us. Please watch all of our videos, and you have a great, safe day. Talk to you later. Bye.